welcome to the Guppy Grove, ladies and gentlemen. We are officially established, and at the time of this recording, our little blue friend here has not been given a name, not as of yet, but he seems to be well adjusted. He really does. We have a nearite snail in here. I'm going to call him Gary Jr., which is funny because he's actually bigger than Gary in the Beta Kingdom. Technical difficulties. But yes, he's actually bigger than Gary in the Beta Kingdom. However, Gary got here first, so you're going to be Gary Jr. Our dirt that got pulled up when I had to uproot all those mint plants is still up on top of this stand, and it's everywhere. The dirt is everywhere. I'm not gonna lie. Just look around. It's really everywhere. But you know what? It's all over the leaves. It's all over the bulbitis. There's some on the Anubias, and it's all over that waterfall feature. But it's settled, and guess what? It seems to be doing well. So does our little clover plant that I pulled from the garden. Although, again, I don't expect this to make it. I expect this to actually melt back and die. As you can see, Audrey 2 on this side of things is developing some roots. And this is still early stage, folks. So this is something worth getting excited over, but it is not anything to write home about. Once we start getting a little bit of growth and root development over here on our main stalk, I'll be removing that plastic tie and start finding alternative ways to bind the rest of Audrey too as she's coming up out of here. And if you notice, there are really only two lines coming up out of the tank that are really long. Now, both of these lines were lines that were suffering when they were rooted into the Beta Kingdom. I do still see one bad leaf over here. Actually, there's two. Let me go ahead and get both of those now. And you know what? We're gonna throw them into the Guppy Grove because they'll make nice little leaf litter additions. And I know our little blue buddy is not going to eat them at all. If anything, the nearite might eat them. But, our leaves have stopped yellowing. This is only week 1, but the leaves have stopped yellowing. So hopefully these leaves that are up here will stay and hang on and continue to be established. This one right here, I'm trying not to touch it because there's still green in the leaf itself, although the stem going to the leaf is yellow. I really don't expect that one to make it, kind of like this one right here. This one really never had a chance, so I might as well... Oh, it's still hanging on. It's still holding on. I'm not going to force any of these leaves off, but we do have new growth on the end of this line right here. And again, folks, I'm trying to update you separately on Audrey 2 from the tanks, but at the end of the day, Audrey 2 is a part of both the Beta Kingdom and the Guppy Grove. So, with that in mind, this is our real first update on the Guppy Grove. I have not gotten in touch with the folks over at Coastal Gems as of yet. Jess did say she was going to try to make things right and try to send me some of those gold guppies, but I'm gonna try to get Coastal Gem to actually honor their word. I'm gonna see what happens. The worst that could happen is they tell me no, and I'm right back where I started from, and Jess is gonna end up sending me some gold guppies anyway. And even though our little blue friend here wasn't wanted or invited, he's still our fellow Earthling. And we're going to take care of our fellow Earthlings because that is our charge as humans. Whether you look at it from a scientific or from a religious standpoint, we are the ones in charge of this planet. And if we're going to be in charge of this planet, then that means it's our responsibility to care for our fellow earthlings. And this right here is one of our fellow earthlings. So even though we didn't plan or prepare for this particular earthling, we're still going to care for him. Yes, that's right. I'm talking about you. You are family, little buddy. You are family. The Anubias seems to be okay. I mean, it's a low light plant. That's a plant light, which I got at a steal, by the way. But this is a low light plant, and it's pretty close to the water surface. Our bulbitis, I haven't seen the melt back that I was expecting, but the bulbitis itself does seem to be just a bit healthier than when I first put it in the tank. Oh, and by the way, our little blue friend likes to sleep underneath the leaf litter. I promise you. In fact, I'm gonna try to catch a shot of that and include it in the next update. This lemogram or whatever, I don't remember the name of it, but it seems to be doing just well, just fine. I see that I did not get all of the roots down in there properly. However, it seems to still be doing all right. It hasn't. I don't think it's been established long enough for it to start sending out runners. And our deep substrate, it may just be reaching down to actually get dirt. Because I did kind of put it down into the sand a little bit, but I don't know if I actually hit dirt when I did that. And our pine cones were thoroughly weighted and dried out completely, absolutely no sap in them. And then when I water tested this tank, when I first got it, I actually threw them in there to get them waterlogged. And then I did the same thing with our leaves, although the leaves weren't completely waterlogged until they actually made it into the Guppy Grove. And after the Guppy Grove was established. The air stone seems to be working properly. And overall, the Guppy Grove seems like a happy place. And I am happy to have it. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and bring this to a close. Thank you for joining me once again, folks. And as always, I'd like to ask you that if you know anybody that's suffering from mental illness, to please reach out. Please reach out to our fellow earthlings. You know, hello isn't going to cost you anything. A conversation isn't going to cost you anything. The only thing that it's going to cost you is a little bit of time. And if you can spare some time for your fellow earthlings, then in return, they'll end up sparing some time for you as well. So please, again, if you know anybody out there suffering from any kind of mental illness, just reach out. Say something. If you feel you're not qualified or you feel you're not a professional, find one. Find somebody to help you reach out. It doesn't cost you to care. And on that note, I'm going to ask you to like, share, and subscribe, please. And as always, remember that winners are not people that never failed. They're people that never quit. People that never gave up. So I'd like to encourage you to never quit and never give up. Thank you for joining me today. This is Dead Fred 821, and I am out of here, folks. You have a blessed one. Peace.